Friendship in the hunt is more than sharing a field. It's the brotherhood found in early mornings when the world is still dark and we rise before the sun. It's the long nights spent waiting, whispering stories to keep the cold away, and the quiet moments when the land speaks louder than we do. Out there in the stillness of the wild, we see nature at her best, the breath of the earth, the rhythm of the seasons, the life that moves unseen, and together we collect memories written in mud, mist, and open skies. This music stands as a symbol of the bond we share, a reminder of the journeys behind us and the gratitude we carry for the moments and experiences of these past years. This is the heart of hunting, the companionship, the patience, the land, and the friends who walk it with us.
Out in the meadows, boys, before the break of day, got mud on our boots and clouds rolling our way. Geese in the distance, hair slipping through the dew, but there ain't no stormy weather gonna keep us from the crew. 'Cause we got rain, we got sunshine, but we walk that line together every time. Through the thunder, through the cold wind that cuts on through. Ain't the hunt we're chasing, boys, it's the bond between me and you. Yeah, that's a meadow blues. Joe's his old dog running, Lou's still learning the ropes. Someone cracks a joke about luck, someone else just laughs and hopes. The geese rise up like shadows, the hares dart fast and low, but it's the stories by the ditch bank fire keeping our spirits in a glow. 'Cause we got rain, we got sunshine, but we walk that line together every time. Through the thunder, through the cold wind that cuts on through. Ain't the hunt we're chasing, boys, it's a bond between me and you. Yeah, that's a meadow blues. When the rifles are rest and the fields turn gold and the day grows quiet and the wind blows cold, we stand side by side like we always do. No matter what we're hunting, boys, I'm grateful for all of you. So here's to the mornings, so clear down to the bone, to the days when the sun burns bright and we swear we're going home. But one more sweep, one last stomp through those fields of green, 'cause there's magic in the meadows, boys, the kind only we have seen. We got rain, we got sunshine, but we walk that line together every time. Yeah, through the thunder, through the cold wind that cuts on through. It ain't the birds we're after, it's the bond that keeps us true. That old muddy boot don't break and brotherhood shaking. Meadow blues. Back in 2017 we walked into the fields, 200 side by side doing the best we could. Didn't take long to learn one thing about him, saying A, B, or C was always hit or miss again. But the mix-ups and laughter on those early days turned into stories we'll tell till the end of our days. Yeah, the fields remember every step we made. Two brothers in boots walking fate's old parade. Me and Patrick through the highs and the lows, from fox tracks and where the wild boar goes. Slovakian mountains or the quiet fields at home, he's a friend I can count on wherever we roam. Seasons may change and the years roll past, but the bond that we carry is built to last. Yeah, me and Patrick, we're still standing strong, 'cause true friendship don't fade, it runs lifelong. We've chased red foxes under freezing skies and watched a boar break cover with fire in their eyes. We've climbed the hills of Slovakia, rifles in hand, breathing in the wild heart of a foreign land. And through every dawn and every long night, he's been there beside me, steady and right. Some memories sting, some memories heal, but walking with and Patrick's got a fire that's hard to slow down. Every new idea hits quicker than it sounds. From gear to trips and rifles I had to try. Lord knows the bills got higher than I like to justify. I spend more money on this madness than I dare confess. My wife would shake her head, say, boy, you're a mess. But truth be told, with every laugh and every mile we met, I'd spend it all again, no hint of regret. Fox tracks and where the wild boar goes. Slovakian mountains or the quiet fields at home, he's a friend I can count on wherever we roam. Seasons may change and the years roll past, but the bond that we carry is built to last. Yeah, me and Patrick, we're still standing strong, 'cause true friendship don't fade, it runs lifelong. Walking forward through the shadows and the climb. Some things in life break, some things slip away, but brotherhood like ours is built to stay. When I look back on the miles we've run, there ain't no doubt he's been my solid one. From fox tracks and where the wild boar goes. Slovakian mountains or the quiet fields at home, he's the friend I can count on wherever we roam. And when the last sunrise finds me in the field, I'll thank the Lord for the friendship we've sealed. Yeah, me and Patrick, we're still walking on, 'cause true friendship don't fade, it runs lifelong.
There were two men met years ago, didn't know what time would show, but the fields have a way of telling who's built for friendship's heavy load. One had walked with the wrong crowd once, didn't know what true meant yet, till the day their paths ran together and the best years soon were set. Yeah, they're brothers of the dawn, side by side till the day is gone. Through the sunshine and the storm, through the cold that cuts you to the bone. Two hunters with their dogs, walking fields while the world sleeps on. Yeah, I've seen a lot of friendships fade, but these two, they're brothers of the dawn. I watched them hunt those green fields wide, rain and fog when they couldn't hide. Didn't matter what the sky was bringing, they stood tall there side by side. Good days, bad days, stories deep, secrets only the sunrise keeps. They carried each other's burdens and they carried each other's dreams. Yeah, they're brothers of the dawn, side by side till the day is gone. Through the sunshine and the storm, through the cold that cuts you to the bone. Two hunters with their dogs, walking fields while the world sleeps on. Yeah, I've seen a lot of friendships fade, but these two, they're brothers of the dawn. From the first call of the geese to the last steps in the night, you could always count on both of them to stand together right. No matter what the world threw down, no matter the weight they bore, those hunts became their language and the fields became their core. Now their dogs run through the morning mist, tails high, eager to assist. You'd swear the land itself remembers every moment that they lived. And if you ever doubt what loyalty is, just watch the way they roam. Two friends who found their purpose in the meadows they call home. Yeah, they're brothers of the dawn, side by side till the day is gone. Through the sunshine and the storm, through the cold that cuts you to the bone. Two hunters with their dogs, walking fields while the world sleeps on. Yeah, folks come and go in life, but these two, they're brothers of the dawn. A proven friend, a hunting buddy for life. That's the story of those two men who turned the years into something right.
Out in the early morning, when the fields are cold and wide, there's a black dog trotting softly, always right there by his side. Name is Joe, and if you've seen him, then you know the way he stands, like a shadow cut from midnight, like a king without command. He's faithful as the sunrise, eager as a storm, fast as wind across the water, built of grit instead of form. And when that whistle cuts the silence, every muscle knows the task. Joe don't wait for second chances, Joe don't ever have to ask. Yeah, that's Black Wind Joe, running hard through that's Black Wind Joe. I've seen him charge through bramble, through the reeds and frozen streams. Seen him vanish in the tall grass like a whisper in a dream. And when the geese fall heavy or a duck drifts out too far, Joe don't think about the distance, he just follows his heart's scar. Weathered winter's fury, taking cuts from thorn and steel, but every wound's a story of his duty in the field. You can read it in his posture, in the mud across his face. A lifetime of devotion built on trust and silent grace. Yeah, that's Black Wind Joe, running hard through the rain and snow, by his master's side wherever they go, through the fields where the wild winds blow. He's got scars that tell what only hunters know, a true companion. That's Black Wind Joe. Some say a dog is loyal, some say a dog just stays, but Joe, Joe's a brother born for colder, harder days. And when the dawn breaks orange on the meadows wet and low, you'll always see him ready. Old Joe won't let you go. Years roll on like river water, and the hunts come one by one, but Joe still hits the morning like the day has just begun. And when I think about the memories that this life has let me know, there's none as true or steady as the black wind named Joe. Yeah, that's Black Wind Joe, running hard through the rain and snow, by his master's side wherever they go, through the fields where the wild winds blow. He's got scars that shine like a timeless echo, my right hand forever. That's Black Wind Joe. Black as the night, fast as the wind, a partner to the last hunt, a dog I'll always call my friend.
There's a short man with a big heart, name of Avert round these parts. Walks the fields like he owns them, but only owns our hearts. Hunts with quiet footsteps, smiles with gentle grace, and every man and every creature knows the kindness in his face. He and his wife, they travel roads that twist through field and fen, doing chores that keep the land alive again and again. Rain or shine, they're driving through wind or winter cold, two steady souls together on a path they've always strolled. A heart of gold, feet on the field, a friend you can trust Labored steady as sunrise, always right there. We shared the whispers of the meadows, the secrets of the land. Shot birds on the wing, left boot prints in the sand. And every time the fields woke up, glowing soft and wide, I was proud to call that small man with a big heart by my side. Yeah, that savored a heart of gold, feet on the field, a friend you can trust, a man who don't yield. Through the fog, through the frost, through the dawn, we revealed. We made memories for life, memories time can't steal. That savored a heart of gold, feet on the field. Some men stand tall by the measure of height, but the real kind stand tall by the way they live right. And brother, I've never known one so humble, so true. He's a giant in the ways that matter, through and through. Now seasons roll onwards like they always do, but the stories in the meadows still carry me and you. And I know one thing's certain, as the morning mist yields, there'll never be another heart like his in these fields. Yeah, that savored a heart of gold, feet on the field, a friend you can trust, a man who don't yield. Through the fog, through the frost, through the dawn, we revealed. We made memories for life, memories time can't steal. That savored forever in the fields, a heart of gold and a soul that never yields.
Kevin walking through the club one night, boots clean, eyes wide. Said he loved the sound of nature and the company inside. Didn't take long before he found his place, a good man with steady hands and a calm on his face. He said, I'm here for the wild, not just the gun, for the fog in the morning and a long day's sun. And we knew right then, standing there on that floor, that we'd found a brother we didn't know we were looking for. Yeah, that's a sunrise brotherhood blues. Some hunt for trophies, some hunt for pride, but Kevin hunts the quiet with us by his side. And in every season, in the stories we tell, he's right there in the frame, and he wears it well. Now the years roll on as they always do, but the fields still remember every boot print we drew. Geese in the distance, dogs waiting still, and Kevin standing ready on that same old hill. Yeah, that's a sunrise brotherhood blues, where friendship runs deeper than the mud on our shoes. From the first light of day to the last evening's glow, it's the bond in the hunt only true brothers know. That's Kevin, forever part of these views, carrying the sunrise brotherhood blues.
There's a man named Peter walking through the meadows before the dawn, with his boy right there beside him, learning how the land lives on. That young man's got steady footsteps, got his father's way and pride, and the two move like the morning was made for them to ride. Me and him go years back now, met through a friend along the way. Didn't take long to know the truth, some folks just feel right to stay. And Peter was one of those, salt of earth, tough and kind, with a boy who grew up watching the same wild in his mind. Yeah, they're always there in the weather, rain or frost or stormy feather. The true outdoorsmen all together, heart of nature stitched in leather, and his boys right there getting better. That's Peter, always there in the weather. His son's a good one, let me tell you, got the makings of a man of the land. Quiet strength, a sharp young hunter with a steady, thoughtful hand. You can see the pride in Peter's eyes when that young man takes the lead. A boy raised on wild horizons, born to walk where hunters lead. He's learned the ways of geese and wind, the hush of fields before they wake. He's got the patience for the waiting and the courage hunts can take. When he lines up for a clean shot, you can see his father's ways, 2 generations in a heartbeat, written in the morning haze. Yeah, they're always there in the weather, rain or frost or stormy feather. A father and a son together, heart of nature stitched in leather, hand in hand through every weather. That's Peter and his boy growing better.
And that boy took it gladly, made it part of who he'll be. A future hunter with a good heart and a grounded legacy. So here's to Peter and his footsteps, to the bond that seasons grew. And here's to that young man beside him, a good guy through and through. Two hunters shaped by morning light, by geese and rain and sky. And I'm proud to call them both my friends as the wild years pass us by. That's Peter, and the boy who walks beside him, growing stronger in the weather. Through sunshine, fog, and winter air, you'll find them there. A part of the land they share.
Way back in the mountains, behind a little Slovak town, where the pines grow tall and the world slows down. Just a small wooden cabin, fire crackling low, and the night carries secrets only old hunters know. We were there with good friends, the kind you trust with your life, with the forest around us, cutting clean like a knife. Stars hanging cold, sky painted dark blue. And Patrick said softly, feels like something's coming through. That's the Slovak timber blues. Where the echoes roll easy and the wind tells the news in the heart of the mountains under old world moons. A man becomes a hunter when the forest calls is true. Yeah, Patrick felt it too. Those Slovak timber blues. At night we move silent, boots soft on forest ground. The trees moving slowly, making barely a sound. Then a branch snapped distant, deep from the trees, and the mountain like it forgot how to breathe. The red stag stepped forward, thick neck, crown of bone, like a king of the forest, claiming land he owned. Patrick lifted his rifle, hands steady, eyes clear, and the world held its breath just to see him drop that deer. That's the Slovak timber blues. Where the echoes roll easy and the wind tells the news in the heart of the mountains under old world moons. A man becomes a hunter when the forest calls his truth. Yeah, Patrick stood there too, living the Slovak timber blues. When the shot rang out, time slowed right down, leaves hanging weightless, floating towards the ground. He whispered, I'll never forget this, not as long as I'm around. Back at the cabin, with coffee hot and strong, we raised a toast to the hunt, to the place we belong. Just good friends together, no trouble, no noise, only pride in the moment, in the look in his eyes. Boys, that's the Slovak timber blues. Where a first stag falls and a man finds his roots in the hush of the mountains under old world moons. Some memories stay carved deeper than the grooves. Yeah, Patrick earned those too, them Slovak timber blues. There's a young black dog named Lou, chasing dreams in morning dew, still learning what the old dog Joe already somehow always knew. She's clever as a fox can be, stubborn in her sweetest way, but she runs like she was born to hunt at the break of every day. She's got big shoes to step into, boot prints laid by a legend's stride. Joe's still strong and working hard with Lou running by his side. She don't replace him, never will, and that ain't what she's meant to do. She's a partner for the future with a spirit bright and new. Yeah, that's Lou in the rising light, fix-up slack. Yeah, that's a lure in the rising light. Eager heart and eyes so bright, learning the ropes while Joe stands right. Two black shadows in the morning quiet. And all the love those dogs ignite can't be written into songs quite right. But I thank the Lord each single night for Joe and little Lou. Some folks search a lifetime for a bond that deep and true, but I've got two hearts running with me, one old soul and one brand new. And no matter what the season brings, no matter what tomorrow calls, I'm richer than a king could dream with those two dogs at my heels through it all. She won't replace him, that ain't her road, but she'll stand right by him, share the load. Two black shadows in the meadow gold, one young and eager, one brave and old. And when I look at both of them, I swear the world feels right. A grateful man with two good dogs, riding memories in the light. Yeah, that's Lou in the rising light, full of fire and full of fight, growing stronger hunt by hunt, learning wrong from learning right. And Joe's still steady by her side, showing her the fields, oh guide. Oh, the love they give can't be denied. Two gifts I'll never lose, my Joe and my young dog Lou. Funny how life works when you ain't looking around. How a stranger with two dogs walks into your town. Didn't know his name then, didn't know mine. Just two hunters in the making, standing on the same line. Vince had that easy grin, boots muddy like mine. Said he'd just moved over and needed space to unwind. Didn't take long before we talked about guns and fields, and how the geese in these meadows don't know when to yield. Yeah, that's the meadow chance blue, where fate does the work that no map ever cues. You meet a man by luck, and the friendship comes through. Next thing you know, you're sharing skies white and blue. That's the meadow, the meadow chance blue. Before long we were hunting side by side at first light. Fog rolling soft across the fields at night's by. Geese calling loud overhead, wings cutting the sky. Dogs ready, hearts steady, time just drifting by. got our first brace together, felt the world slow down, like the meadows tipped their hats, like the land knew our sound. Mud on our coats, breath white in the cold, those are the kind of memories that never get old. Yeah, that's the meadow chance blue, where fate does the work that no map ever cues. You meet a man by luck, and the friendship comes through. Next thing you know, you're sharing skies white and blue. That's the meadow chance blue. Some folks cross your path and keep on their way, but a rare few stay with you till your very last day. And Vince, my friend, we both know it's true. The geese ain't the only thing this land ever drew. Now every season changes, but the story stays. Me and Vince laughing like it was our first day. Boot prints in the mud toll of the morning bell. Two hunters forged by chance, the kind of tale you tell. Yeah, that's the meadow chance blue, where strangers turn brothers with the mud on their shoes. From a walk with the dogs to the wings overhead, to a lifetime of hunts and the words left unsaid. That's the meadow chance blues. Yeah, those meadow unforgettable, unshakable chance blues. Been riding that red moon highway for more nights than I can count. Windshield full of darkness, mind full of foxes on the prowl. Every farm gate swinging open, farmers whispering, hope you get him now. That's the red moon, the red moon highway blues, where the night gets cold and lonesome, but the hunt pulls you back like a true. Yeah, driving mile after mile, chasing tracks in the dew. Got them red fox, red moon highway. Dennis riding shotgun, boots muddy on the floor, 2 mugs of cold coffee, 1,000 stories, maybe more. He said, tonight feels different. Keep your eyes on that field by the old barn door. That's the red moon, the red moon highway blues, where the night gets cold and lonesome, but the hunt pulls you back like a true. Yeah, driving mile after mile, chasing tracks in the dew, and got them red fox, red moon highway blues. Then the dark broke open like a flame in the hay, rust red shadow moving, slipping silent my way. My heart beat drumming, didn't know what to say, till Dennis whispered, take him, this here's your day. Pull that trigger steady, saw the streak of red go still. My first fox down, boy, sent a shiver I can feel still. Dennis slapped my shoulder, said, now you know the thrill. That's the red moon, the red moon highway blues, where the miles make 100 and the nights call the truth into you. Yeah, I'll never forget that moment, or the man who saw me through. My first fox under that red moon, with Dennis riding right next to me too. Got them red fox, red moon highway blues.
Showed up on his first hunt with a white shirt crisp and clean. Looked like he came straight from Sunday to the muddiest place he'd ever been. We were standing there before sunrise, boots sinking in the ground, and he stood out like a lantern, shining for miles around. I laughed and said, son, you'll learn this ain't the place to dress your best. He smiled like he didn't mind it, ready to take on any test. He marched through all that morning, never once fell out of stride. And right then we all agreed that boy's got the country hunter inside. Yeah, that's the white shirt and the mud tail, from a city clean start to the heart of the trail. He stuck stuck with us through rain and hail. Never once thought to bail. Now he's one of our strong and pale. Nick beat the white shirt in the mud tail. Years have passed like river water, flowing steady, moving free. And Nick kept showing up at dawn, just as loyal as can be. Learn the cause and learn the patience, learn the way the wild winds blow. Now he stands like any seasoned hand, ready when the geese fly low. This summer he bought a rifle, awesome scope, brand new pride. Said he dreamed of taking a deer with his friends right by his side. And when that buck stepped in the clearing, sunlight dancing through the green, Nick held steady, took the shot, cleanest harvest they've ever seen. Yeah, that's the white shirt in the mud tail. From rookie bright to country right, he learned the rhythm of the trail. Now he's a friend without fail, part of every future tale. Nick beat the white shirt in the mud tail. Some folks come and go again, just wander through your days. But every now and then you meet a man who's truly built to stay. And every morning out there hunting, I still smile at how it begun. Him dressed for church in a swamp of mud, but we knew he was the one. Now he's rugged as the dawn light, and the fields don't scare him none. He's a brother in our circle, a trusted hunter in the sun. And when we think of all the seasons still waiting down the line, Nick ain't just part of the story, he's part of the family spine. Yeah, that's the white shirt in the mud tail. How a man can shine too bright but still end up tough as nails. From a clean start to muddy trails, through the storms and winter gales, Nick's the friend who always hails. Yeah, he beat it, the white shirt in the mud tail. It was late October, season's end, when I got the call from an old friend. Come on out, boy, the geese fly soon. So I met him in the fields beneath the rising moon. The dawn was breaking on a bed of silver dew, wet grass shining like it somehow knew that today'd be a memory carved in stone, a place in my heart I'd forever call home. Black goose flying in the morning light, cutting through the sky like a shadow in flight. My friend whispered, easy now, don't you move. I heard my heartbeat pounding in the groove. Wait, wait, and yeah, you can. That's how the story of the black goose began. A gate with a name forever known.
He pointed up first, said, "There they are." A storm of wings rolling in from afar. The world went quiet as they circled round. Just the wind, the sky, and the trembling ground. He grinned at me like he already knew this would be a tale that stayed true. Black goose flying in the morning light, cutting through the sky like a shadow in flight. My friend whispered, "Easy now, don't you move." I heard my heartbeat pounding in the groove. Wait, wait, and yeah, you can. That's how the story of the black goose began. A gate with a name forever known, a moment in time that's now my own. There are places in life you never forget, like that old wooden gate where the sun first set, where a young man learned the rhythm of the land, with a steady old hunter guiding his hand. And every time those dark wings cross the sky, I feel that first morning standing by his side. Black goose flying in the morning light, cutting through the sky like a shadow in flight. His voice in my ear saying, "Hold on, son, till the right time comes and the moment's won." Wait, wait, and yeah, you can. That's where the legend of the black goose stands. A gate with a name and a lifetime friend, a memory I'll carry to the very end.
Three hunters in a cabin on a Slovak mountainside. Night was thick as black tar and the moon had gone to hide. We sat there by the fire glow, drinking stories, keeping warm, when one of us said proudly, "Boys, I brought some brand new gear along." He laid it on the table like a sheriff in a show. Night vision, thermal doodads, stuff we didn't even know. He pressed every button twice till the thing began to hum. We said, "Save the juice for hunting, son," but he just kept fiddling on. Yeah, that's the battery died blues, out in the woods with high-tech views, playing with your toys all night. Then when the moment comes, no light, two walls walk by like they paid their dues, and all we got was the battery died blue. The forest got real quiet about the time the clock hit 1. Stars were sharp like diamonds and the night had just begun. Then we heard soft paws on gravel, low and steady, wild and near. Our hearts stopped in our chests, boys. and clean. If you drain your damn batteries before the hunt, you ain't hunting, you're just making a movie scene. We laughed so hard the hillside shook, even the fire cracked into light. And that friend of ours turned beet red, saying, next time I'll get it right. But the wolves, they didn't worry, didn't care for men or tech. They just trotted off into legend while we stood there looking wrecked. Yeah, that's the battery died blues, learned in the mountains with frost on our boots. Don't waste your charge on the things you don't use, or the wild will school you with nature's truth. Two wolves gave us a story we didn't choose. Now we're singing the battery died blues. So if you're hunting in the dark on a cold Slovakian night, charge your toys, or the wolves will laugh as they slip right out of sight.
We met him about a year ago, a quiet day, but he came in bold. Started out somewhere with another crew, but he found his home when he walked with us through those long green fields where the wild winds roll, where a hunter's heart shows a man's true soul. Didn't take long for we all could see Frank was the kind of friend you hope to meet. 'Cause Frank, oh Frank, he's the barber of the stand, keeps our cans all trimmed and tidy with a working man's hand. He's feared by the rats, they scatter when he's near, deadly with a rifle and a heart that's sincere. Week after week he walks his faithful round. Yeah, Frank's the kind of hunter every group is proud to have around. He came in loud, full of fire and grin, talking big stories about where he'd been. But time in the fields has a way to show what matters most when the cold winds blow. Now he settled in, steady and true, found his rhythm and we found him too. A perfect fit in the dawn's first light, a calmer man with his aim just right. 'Cause Frank, oh Frank, he's the barber of the stand, keeps our cans all trimmed and tidy with a working man's hand. He's feared by the rats, they scatter when he's near, deadly with a rifle and a heart that's sincere. Week after week he walks his faithful round. Yeah, Frank's the kind of hunter every group is proud to have around. Some folks talk loud when they're trying to fit in, but Frank found his peace where the wild begins. No fuss, no noise, just a man who'll show his value in the places where the cold winds blow. And when the dust falls soft across the land, we're grateful to have Frank standing in our band. Frank, oh Frank, the barber on the hill, with a hunter's eye and a craftsman's skill. The rats may run, but they can't outrun his aim. He's earned his place, he's carved his name. A year's gone by and one truth we found: Frank ain't just a new guy, he's solid as the ground. Frank, oh Frank, the barber on the hill, with a hunter's eye and a craftsman's skill. The he's carved his name. The years gone by and one truth we found: Frank ain't just a new guy, he's solid as the ground.
There's a cold wind on the meadow, and the sky is painted gray. I walk the fields at sunrise where my boy once led the way. Bo was just a young man, but a giant in my eyes. Now the geese still fly above me, I still look to the skies. He shot his first goose with me, Lord, I still hear that sound. His smile lit up the morning when that bird touched the ground. 2 hunters side by side, then just a father and his son. Never knew the road ahead would leave me walking on alone. But these fields remember him. Every whisper in the grass, every shadow growing dim. Yeah, we miss him. We'll miss him all our years, but we still smile through the sorrow, through the heartbreak and the tears, 'cause he walks with us softly in the fields where his memory clears. He was only 23 years young, too soon for any goodbye. And some nights I sit in silence, ask the heavens why, oh why. But when the geese start calling and the dawn begins to glow, I swear I feel his presence. My boy, my son, my bow. Some say time will heal it, but they don't understand. A father never stops reaching for his child's missing hand. But love don't die with a heartbeat, it don't fade when breath is gone. It stays out in the meadows where we hunted at the dawn. His stepmother sits beside me, and the wind feels soft and kind, 'cause grief walks slow in the fields and memory walks behind. We see him in the sunlight, in the clouds that drift on through. And though our hearts stay broken, our love for him stays true. And these fields remember him. Every sunrise in the mist, every flock that settles in. Yeah, we miss him. We'll miss him all our years, but we smile through the sadness, through the quiet, through the tears, 'cause Bo still walks beside us in the fields of yesteryears. He's gone, but he's with us
the fields where his memory clicks.